All right, Liam, finally confirmed today, I think the news that everyone kind of knew that the current management team will be staying on for the foreseeable anyway, so how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Nothing's going to change too much from the first day they came in. I've been working with all the lads, bearing in mind I wouldn't have known a lot about the players, so they've been a great help in relation to where we're at. So as I say, nothing changed in my view, but hopefully we can push on.
How have you found it so far? Obviously, you're here a while now, so how have you found it in the run of games you've been here so far?
I'm enjoying it, I'll be honest. We've got an honest group. They're all working extremely hard. The staff are excellent. We've got some great lads that are working the boys. So we've got a lot of good things going forward, you know. So we'll have a look at the transfer window in July and we'll see can we get one or two in to help with the rest of the season and see where we go from there.
And the transfer window, I suppose, is something on everyone's lips at the moment. How much do you want to strengthen the transfer window? Have you got players identified that might be targets?
We've chased up one or two on ice, that's for sure. We'll definitely get him one or two in the window, just to straighten up because we have picked up a couple of injuries. Alvin was down injured with his cruciate, and Darryl's got a long-term injury, and Ethan as well. So it's important that we sort of replace them to some degree. But even just to straighten up, give ourselves a chance of pushing up the table.
Is there any positions really that you've identified in strengthening more than those?
Look, it's about looking who's gone down injured in relation to where we're at, but nothing definitive at this minute in time.
Okay. Drogheda obviously on Friday night, you've got right back up kind of close to them in recent weeks the way results have gone for both teams. And it's just 2 points in it. It's a massive game Friday really because it's the difference of Cork City going ahead of Drogheda or being 5 points behind. So it's a huge, it's a 6 point really, isn't it?
I don't want to sound boring or look, there's no point in being Drogheda and then you go out and lose against Pats or Himmelbows or whoever else, you know, because we've got to try and win every game. We've got to try and get points out of every game because ultimately we want to get ourselves up the table. Please God, we can have a cup run. It would be fantastic to get to the Aviva this year. So we've got to take every game on its merits. So whether it's Drogheda, who we'll give 100% respect to, or Shamrock Rovers at the top of the table, we'll give them the same respect, and we just try and eke out a result somehow. Like I think the boys, we've had some decent performance in the last few weeks in relation to where we're at. Do we see improvement in them? Yes, I do. We've got a lot of quality players in our group, and you know we just need to make sure we're right at it right through to the end of the season, and please God, we'll be okay at that stage.
You got the result against Drogheda there a few weeks ago, so you know you can go and get a result against them.
Yeah, it was a tight game. There wasn't a huge amount in it. There won't be a huge amount in it on Friday. That said, we're all looking forward to it. You know, it is an important game, that bigger picture. But that said, it's still only 3 points, so we'll take it on its merits and see. Hopefully, we can get a result.
In terms of injuries, that kind of thing, is there anyone that you're worried about for Friday?
Not particularly in barring the ones that had long-term injuries. I don't think there's anybody else of major concern. Jonas Hackenham will be close to fitness for that game, so we'll see. If not, he'll be ready for the following week, I hope.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Oh, I was just looking at Big Daddy games. It to be a game of risk chances, really. This fact could give you something to work on. Sure. You don't mind the really
Yeah, I thought we've passed it quite well in patches up in Derry. We've had some really good chances as well. You know, you score first in those games, it's a different game, you know, because they scored, gives them a bit of confidence, bearing in mind their previous results, they hadn't won in 4, whereas if that had been reversed for us, I just feel, you know, through experience that would have had a different impact on the game. Even at 1-0, we've had 1 or 2 chances. You get to 1-0, it's a different game, but unfortunately from our point of view we haven't scored. They've gone on, and with due respect to them, I'd expect them to be either first or second this year.
Given the injuries in that, and the fact that Murphy came on in Derry, did very well according to yourself, close after, so there's a good chance he might start coming.
Yeah, we'll make a decision on Thursday as a group. Ken did great. I'm delighted for him because I hadn't seen him actually playing in games
in relation to Brennan.
Yeah, because of injury and whatever. But he's working hard at training and he's a top player. So yeah, look, it's great to have him back in now from where we're going.
We're just looking at the form going back over the last couple of weeks. There was five or six defeats in a row, right? Followed by 4 wins in a row. And now 2 defeats.
Yeah.
When you're looking at that, it can pose a threat of there being consistency. I'd say rather than consistent performances all the time.
Yeah, correct.
I'm not going to win every game, obviously, but like
Yeah.
the trend there,
Yeah.
all will worry me.
Well, hopefully we don't go on another few losses there, bear in mind your trend. That said, look, we're trying to improve our performances. Normally if you perform well, you know, you get your fair share of results, you know, kind of way. And, you know, I think there's been a few of the games there has definitely been signs of improvement in relation to what the boys are doing in training. We discussed all that, and we're trying to get them to play a bit of a passing game to some degree. So we just need to get that a little bit better, improve our performance. I have a feeling the results will come with performances. And we've been a little bit unlucky. Now, we did get lucky with one or two of them with their Rovers game in relation to, I won't say lucky that 3 of them were sent off, but it did impact that game. But I do still, go back to the point, I do see us getting better. And please God, you know, as the season goes on, we will pick up other points from where we're at.
We're just looking at the fixtures coming up, obviously, Drogheda, St. Cat's inside, down inside it, and then other by Timber Shadowland. But they're all every game is critical as well.
Well, I've just said into the staff, look, at every game will be critical for us this year. Every game we have to scratch out a point here, a point there, 3 points here, whatever, wherever. If we can scratch out any sort of result against them all, we're at the bottom end of the table here, you know, kind of way. So there's no hiding away from that. So we've got to push ourselves up the table. Do I see us doing that? Yes, I do. I think with the players and the guts and the effort that they put in over recent weeks, you know, we'll continue right through the end of the season, see we go to the Cup and the League.
I think their results over one season, they're not on every team, or you're top or bottom, seem to be capable of beating each other.
Yeah, look, I see.
I go over some of the results recently that are taken out of that happened.
Yeah, correct. Like who would have thought Shamrock Rovers would have lost to Drogheda and then lost to Cork the following week, you know, kind of way. You wouldn't have put money in that, you know, kind of way. So
I give you a kind of a bit more optimistic outlook on the season, the fact that you're kept and, you know, City are getting really anybody to play and I give them to.
Yeah, well, look, this will be Bowes as well, and we did top the table for a tour in the season, I'd say. You know, so you just got to take each game on its merits and just again apply ourselves as best we possibly can do. Through that application, you know, we are training the boys every day this week, every week. So we're trying to get them to do stuff that we feel will impact the results. So please God that we can move that on as we're going forward.
And as you said, when Derry, yes, you know, our games, the first goal, like you mentioned, seems to be critical in your key. If you score first, you do yourself a great chance, really.
It does help.
Yeah,
there's no two ways about it. It does help because, you know, from our point of view, you've got something to hold on to, you know, kind of way. And it is important that we scratch out a result every week, whether it's a point or 3 points. But we need to get something every week.
Perfect, lads. Someone on Zoom want to come in there?
Hey, how you doing?
So one can.
My heard.
Alan, can you hear me?
Can I be heard? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, got you there. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks.
Congrats on the newish job, if that's what it is now. We just the day you were appointed, I remember it was a bit weird. Like Colin left, you were brought in, and as you tried to convince Colin to stay, but at the time you said that you weren't interested in this and you would help with the managerial search. What's happened over the last 5-6 weeks?
That search, we've gone through quite a few applications. We have spoken to one or two seriously, and didn't work out. So we're still looking. I'm still looking along with other members of the board at that position, just further down the line now. While that was all going on, we picked up a few results, and from the board's point of view, we had a chat and we've made a decision that I'll just myself and the lads will just walk this through to the end of the season and see where we go from there. So hopefully that's the best decision, and we can pick up enough points to move ourselves up the table. And as I say, please God, get a cup run.
And it's absolutely until the end of the season. It isn't a case of in 2 months' time if one of those people you're talking to becomes the right time.
No, I've secretly signed a 5-year contract. I'm only joking. Don't please. I'm only joking here. No, it's till the end of the season. I'll be straight, and that's it.
Yeah, right. Like, you won't be in charge next year. Is that what you're saying?
Well, listen, at this minute in time, what I'm doing here is just in conjunction with all the boys, our staff, which we've done from day one. We've all come in, we've spoken about all the players, we discussed our training sessions, we discussed fitness levels with all the S&C guys and whatever. We're all a team here, and it's about that group thing. As I said, when I came in here at the start, I'll be straight, I wouldn't have known a huge amount about a lot of the players in Cork. I know a lot more now, 6 weeks down the line or wherever it is I'm in here, you know, that kind of way. So from where we're at, I want to see it through to the end of the season now that we've made that sort of commitment to it, and we want to push ourselves up the table as quickly as we can.
Yeah, and I mean, I know on the outside we all thought this was happening anyway for the last few weeks, but was it important to confirm this just with a view to the July transfer window and, as you say, hopefully bringing in some new faces?
Yeah, we'll definitely bring in one or two. Look, it was a situation that, to be honest with you, I hadn't planned all this. As I said, when I spoke with Dermot initially, it was a couple of days a week to look around player recruitment and have a look at the team and how they're playing and just help out in that area. It's only delighted to help, that kind of way from where I was at. It's morphed into this scenario here where I didn't see it coming. But as I said, the first thing was, I wanted to help Cork when I come down here. I just wanted to help the situation if I could. And if I can do any more for them, I will certainly do it as best I possibly can do. And we will, as I said, we've got great staff in there that they're all working extremely hard. I see the sessions that they're putting on and all that sort of stuff. We discuss everything openly on a daily basis. And please God, that's enough to get us over the line by the season end.
Yeah, sorry, just last one from me, but was it important to have this confirmed now for, like, when you're talking to players who are what you want to bring to Cork, so they've some clarity on who's in charge for the season?
Yeah, correct, yeah. Well, it does help, I can make that decision, the kind of way. I would have made it anyway because of my position in my previous role as such. But as I said, the most important thing for me now at the moment is, with the group of lads that we have from a coaching point of view and our group of players, is try and straighten up a wee bit and get our team playing as best we possibly can do from now to the end of the season, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us out of trouble.
All right. Thanks, Liam. Best of luck.
Okay, on. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Trevor, do you want to jump on there? You're muted there, Trev.
Yeah. Hi, Liam. You hear me?
Yeah, I got you there, Trevor. How are you?
Not bother. Good. You just on the new manager coming in, like, there's rumours going around that the manager's already picked, the new Cork City manager's already picked, but he's not available to next season. Is that the case, or is there still a few people in the frame?
There was a few people in the frame that we just didn't agree bits and pieces on. So we will be reviewing on a continuous basis right through to the end of the season. And please God, then we can assess where the whole thing is at and get somebody in from there.
Okay. Just on the new players coming in, Liam, you said, you hope to have one or two players coming in.
Yeah.
Have you identified players and position-wise?
Yeah, I've spoken to quite a few players. Obviously, you get some outside your budget, and the ones that I'm looking at and speaking with, hopefully we can get in one or two, as I said, at the moment. I can't give any names at the moment for obvious reasons. There's nothing being confirmed as of yet, but come the 1st of July, please God, we'll have one or two in, and that window's open for the month, so we'll definitely get in one or two.
Right, and just on the playing side, Liam, obviously you won 4 matches in a row and then lost the last 2. It's that kind of league, isn't it, where anyone could beat anyone, really,
Yes, it is. There's not an easy match in it. As I was referencing earlier on, you wouldn't have seen Drogheda and then Cork beat Shamrock Rovers. Now, it did happen, the kind of way. So there's no easy matches. We've beaten Bowls, who were top of the table for a tour of the season, would have thought. So there's not an easy game in it, and you would have witnessed that through all the home and away games. But you have to make sure you turn up, and you have to have a performance in you, and you have to, from a culture point of view, we got to make sure that the team plays to some sort of level to give ourselves a chance of winning.
How are you finding yourself, Liam, since you come in? Obviously, there's huge potential in the club, but you know, how are you finding yourself working with the staff, and now that you'll be there to the end of the season as well?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. There's great staff. All the staff, Richie and Deck and Anthony and Liam. I'm working with on the physio end of things. There's S&C guys. They're all working extremely hard. I'm enjoying it from that end. I'll enjoy it a bit more if we win more games, you know, the kind of way. So that's going to be our objective. Ultimately, just getting the team better on any match, any given day, and please God, we can push up the table.
You Drogheda obviously Friday, Liam, and you know, you beat them 1-0 away, drew them 1-1 at home. They got an OG, so you seem to have the measure of Drogheda. Like, obviously, it's some people call it a 6-pointer, like where you are in the table. It's huge incentive, doesn't it, to beat them at home on Friday and move above them in the table?
Yes, it is, yeah. But equally, they'll have a big incentive themselves to go 5 clear of us, you know. So we just got to take on whereas don't get distracted with all the other noise that goes around the game. We got to perform well, and we got to try and win it.
Yeah, and is it a bit of concern of late? You're finding it hard to find the back of the net. A lot of chances against Derry, haven't scored in the last 2 yourselves from like there's an OG obviously. And is that a kind of concern that you must start putting away chances more often, Liam?
Look, having played up front for most of my career, you just don't score every chance, that's for sure. You know, but normally there's a percentage, there's a balance out on that. So I do expect if we don't score 1 week, you know, please God, it's the next week, you know, the kind of way, and it does balance itself out. As long as you have a performance level, that's going to get you chances. So the key for us is getting as many chances we possibly can do. We got a few last week, we didn't take them. If you take them, it's a different game because they were really at good times in that match up in Derry, but we were unfortunate with 1 or 2, hit one at the post and whatever. But I won't be overly concerned. Again, I see us getting chances against Drogheda on Friday, and please God, if we can go and score, that'll be enough to win it.
Okay, Liam, good luck on Friday.
Trevor, thank you.
Cheers.
Mick, do you want to jump in there, or Andrew, or one of you?
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, just one quick question, Liam. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good. Just following on about questions of the change for yourself. How much more commitment in terms of hours and travel has that put on you since maybe what you were expecting?
Yeah, it hasn't been easy, I'd say. At the moment, I'm still residing in Dublin, so I use a hotel down here, the Cork International Airport Hotel, which is great. But it has put the amount of time, it's just gone through the roof from where I'm at, you know, the kind of way. But that said, listen, that's second to first, and first is I want to make sure we get the best out of the group that we have from a staff and player point of view, and if we do, I want to see us up the table. So that's our objective, and that will be our, please God, our finishing position at the end of the season, moved up the table, and we'll see how we go on the cup.
Could you just put it maybe an hour differential from what you were doing earlier in the season to what you have to do now?
Well, yeah, the player recruitment aspect to what I was originally going to be doing would have been sort of a couple of days a week, 2 or 3 days a week, you know, the kind of way, because it was just to help out in that area. Now it's every day of the week. You know,
and you have to be based. You have to be based there every
well, I do go up and down to Dublin every so often, or whatever. But it's busy. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I love the job. I love what I do. I love players playing well. I love my staff enjoying their training and getting the best out of people, and that's what's happening.
Man, that was good. Thanks.
Okay, Nick, thank you.
Liam, how are you getting back?
You can go.
Yeah, Andrew.
Andrew, sorry, beg your pardon. How are you?
Not too bad. Sorry, just a couple of quick ones from me. We were speaking to Richie Holland last week, and he mentioned Jace Kabaya was training with the club. I was just wondering, is he still in Cork, guys?
Yeah, no, he has been training with us. Again, he's a good player. We know his previous history. We're playing Scotland, he's up at Chelsea, whatever. So we'll just see where that goes with him. I have been chatting with him, so we'll see. You know, there's no decisions being made there at this minute in time.
And how has he done in training? And is he someone you might want to keep on?
He's done well, yeah. He looks, obviously fitness-wise, he hasn't been playing for the last few months. I think he had a bit of an injury there, but yeah, he looks decent in training, in fairness.
So no decision to make, so you won't be obviously involved Friday.
No, definitely won't be involved on Friday.
Alright, and just on Matt Beattie, his contract ends in England on Saturday, and he's obviously a free agent because it's released him. Just what's the latest on him?
Yeah, we're in discussions with both parties there at the moment. But Matt and his agent.
And is he someone you'd like to keep on beyond?
I would definitely have to keep Matt. I think he's done well. I think he's enjoying it with the club here, with all the players. He knows all the lads and whatever. So, yeah, I would like to keep him. That definite.
So could Oxford involved in discussions? Is it just obviously personal terms of things, or?
Yeah, it's just around contractual. He has one or two other options, so we just have to wait and see where that goes.